I'm Katie.
I'm Hannah.
And I'm Will, and we've got another one for you 2 weeks in a row. We're here in November, ready to celebrate our first Saturday of the month. Lots of games to play. A couple of these are brand new ones that we brought back from Essen. A couple of them just arrived in the mail this week. We're looking forward to showing them all off. And as always, we want to give a shout out at the beginning of the episode to our episode sponsors. Thank you to the Op and to Game Toppers LLC for their fantastic support of the show. And thank all of you guys for tuning in this morning. We're looking forward to playing some games with you. We got some fun ones that I think you'll be able to play along with us. One of the games that we want to talk about just right at the top, because it's November, we got to be like on theme, is
The Turkey Trial.
Tell
This
us
is
more.
from Grand Gamers Guild. So Grand Gamers Guild has a whole line of these mini escape rooms. They make perfect stocking stuffers if you're already shopping for Christmas. But there are ones themed for just about every major and minor U.S. holiday.
Valentine's Day, Christmas,
Groundhog Day.
That is a
Day.
minor. That is a very minor.
It is a minor.
And it's a cool game too, because you as you might guess, recycle through time in it, or repeat your days. It's pretty fun.
So you can check out Turkey Trial on their website. They have some bundle packages to get sets of them, or you can get them in.
They're on Kickstarter right now.
And
yeah,
they're on
Kickstarter.
Kickstarter. Maybe Ryan will even put a link.
6 days to go.
Corley already got the word that she's going to be in the song at the end, so people are already looking forward to the ending of the show. You got to hang out with us for the middle, though. We've got a game over at that location.
The table, as we like to call it.
Let's head over and get started.
Ho ho ho! Welcome to the table. We are talking about a game that looks old, but is new. This is Alhambra The Red Palace. This is a standalone game in the Alhambra world. And Melissa's going to show us a little bit about this new Alhambra game.
Well, first,
By Queen Games.
yes, Queen Games. Alhambra has been around for a long time.
Yep.
It was
I'm
one
gonna
of
jump
our.
over,
Oh,
'cause this
Sarah played
is-
this one too.
I have played it, and it's
Yeah, you might
on my
talk about it.
top
So-
20 of all time.
So basically, if you're not familiar with Alhambra, you have money cards in different colors, and you have tiles that are placed under the money sections. So if I wanted to buy this tile, I have to pay green money. It costs 6. If I pay it exact, I get to do another action. So you really want to do that. You're collecting tiles to build your own Alhambra. You'll get points for having walls connected.
These walls here.
Yes, walls. And that's basically Alhambra. Well, Red Palace adds some new things to the game. First off, the tiles don't have a color. They have tokens that you pull out of a bag that determine their color. So there's a lot more variability with the tiles when they come out. And it has fun little wooden pieces that you then put on the tile when you
Build it.
build it. I mean, I could do that now since you're not going to see our actual buildings on the table.
Yep, but
But-
these would be in your Alhambra.
Let's do that just so it's
When
more
I first
colorful.
saw these, I was like, I don't know. This seems like a gimmick. It's extra pieces. But it really does help play the game because it's hard to tell on the other side of the table how many purple
I'm with you.
pieces does Melissa have, because you will score based on who has
Yeah.
the most.
Yeah,
So
the
it's
majorities.
much easier to see what people have. So that's the next thing I wanted to talk about with Red Palace over there by Kevin and Sarah. There's 3 rounds and you're going to score based on your majorities of different colors. In the original Alhambra, it was always the same. Like purple was the most valuable and red and blue were the least valuable.
They were on cards too.
Yes, it was on cards.
Sort of like this.
Yes. So I think you can use these cards if you want to play the original
Yeah.
way.
But the better way, the new way,
There's
Wait,
tons and
changes it up a
tons
lot.
of little tiles, and you can, during setup, put them in, and it changes the values. So, in round 1, purple is the least valuable, but in round 3, it's the most valuable. So it just adds more variability to the game. Another big thing that Red Palace adds are guards. So some of the tiles will have a little guard spot where you collect a guard. And at the end of the game, you will score for the guards that are in your longest connected wall. But during the game, you can spend your guards to take special actions. And there's a bunch of those tiles. I just put 4 out. And you would spend your guards and put them on these tiles. At the end of the game, as far as you've gotten on these tiles, is how much each guard you still have in your Alhambra is worth.
So you want other people to spend their guards, and you want to keep your guards, like I think
So
Melissa did
it's
in the
kind
last
of
game we
like
did.
push and pull of, you have to
Melissa
spend
has so many
some
guards.
to get them out there,
Yep.
but you want to keep some so you actually score for them.
I like the guards part, but I think, honestly, what Sarah was saying, all this with the different buildings, to me is like the best part of the new game. So
Yeah, so we really enjoyed Alhambra Red Palace. There's, like most Queen games, there are a couple modules you can add in, and they come in the base game box, so you can add a little bit more complexity or variability to the game. But as someone who had the original Alhambra in my all-time top 10 list that I did about 10 years ago, probably now, I thought this was a really good re-implementation of
Poor Lou's
Alhambra.
question, is it still a good classic intro game? Yes. So you could play without the guards the first time or more times if you wanted to make it easier to play with gamers who are maybe not up for playing something real heavy.
You can still use
the
the regular scoring cards.
Yep. And the pieces here that go on the tiles, it helps you pay attention to what everybody has. It is a big help to the game. So yes, definitely, like Jeff said, takes it up a notch or two. That improved on what was already a great game.
or 3.
So that is Alhambra The Red Palace from Queen Games. And now we are going to the couch.
Hey, so we're back here at the couch, and we're going to be talking about Surf's Up by Good Games Publishing. And this is a surfing themed game. In this
Where's
game,
Larry when we need him?
I know, that's what I said earlier.
I know. I was like, "Is this how you do it?" And I was like this is like, and I was like, "Oh, yeah, I got it. I'm cool." So anyway, we are talking about Surf's Up. This is a game we're going to be using a deck of cards, a hand of cards that is all the same. Like all of us have 0 through 5, and what we're going to be doing is we're going to be trying to catch the best waves. There are 3 different suits of waves. And the starfish waves are not as big as the, I don't know, seashell waves, and they're not as big as the purple waves.
Okay.
But also in the wave deck are these, where you have a chance to be stung by a jellyfish.
Uh-oh.
You try not to catch those waves.
Okay.
So what we're gonna do is we're going to devote an energy card. So this is how much energy we're going to spend in trying to catch the wave.
Okay.
And then, so before we do this, let me tell you though,
Nope, just guessing.
is that if you tie with someone else and you have the same amount of, this is like
And lose
respect.
power? Oh, okay.
This is like respect or notoriety as a surfer. Then you crash and neither of you catch the wave.
Perfect.
So,
Got it.
So I had to like think about it.
Nope. I'm all in.
Is 5 the
Once-
highest conch shell?
No, the
Okay.
highest is 10.
10.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. The highest wave is 10, but I think it's in purple. The purple shells are like a higher suit, but there's not as many of those big waves. So we'll flip them over, reveal.
Going big.
So what happens is,
all
Will
so
will win.
I was-
Will win the
I was thinking
wave.
3
His card is then gone.
forever.
He has
You'll
used up
never
that
have-
amount of energy. It's gone.
You'll
I'm guessing
never have a
until I play this 0.
No.
Oh no!
That's not what that
Really?
means.
Oh no!
Once you win,
The hand that's
that
reload
hand,
your
that's
hand?
gone.
Oh man!
The reload your hand only counts for people who didn't catch the wave.
Oh.
So we have the winner of the thing. You can either choose to get notoriety, one of these, or you can choose to come here and upgrade your surfboards.
Ooh.
Or this is energy. This is a 2.5 energy.
Take the 2.5 energy.
But it's gonna cost one of your notoriety to buy one of these. This is 2,
Ooh, that's
but it'll
really
be plus
Your
plus
biggest
2
wave.
to every
to every wave.
to every green wave.
I don't need no notoriety.
Okay. So this yeah. So this is your what is that? This is your currency.
Yes.
This is your currency. So then the waves will move down so we can see what's kind of coming up here.
So do we leave these face
These
up?
go on your towel, the ones we didn't do. So I was the runner up, which means I can get one of these or I can come here and choose one of these. I don't have anything I'm going for yet, so I'm just going to take one of these. Now we get to choose, now we're going to work on this one. This is one where we might get stung by jellyfish. So the highest number is going, the lowest number is going to get stung by a jellyfish.
Lowest number.
And if there's ties, the ties all get stung by jellyfish.
Okay. So we're trying to not get stung and not have the lowest.
Right. But you don't want to spend too much energy doing it.
We'll find out.
Oh, it was me! Oh no! So, for me, I'm gonna put this over here, and then I have to randomly draw one of these.
Oh, and their numbers.
They're
on the
negative
back.
ones.
She didn't do too bad.
Ordinarily would not show this one.
Yeah.
But it's like 0 through -3.
Oh, wow.
In points. But then that is basically how the game is played. You we're working toward these shared goals. So like finish with exactly
You won a wave.
3.
Oh, did you want to win that wave of the 2? Did you get 3 points? You immediately claim it?
It's
wasn't a
just
wave.
gone. It's part of
No,
how
this goal. Sorry.
no.
Nope.
These are checked at the end of the game. So those don't
Multiple
change
people can get
out. And there's a bunch of these, so there's a bunch of different ways you can do this. But the game goes until you've found all 5 of these are called blue bottle. I guess this is a type of jellyfish.
Gotta
It's
be,
called
yeah.
blue bottle. But blue bottle waves, there's 5 of them in the deck, and the game will go until those have all been pulled out.
And one?
Yes.
Okay.
Or until somebody has completely lost all of their hand of cards.
Oh,
So, which
only
meant
5.
basically if somebody has won all, like, 5.
5 of the waves.
Yes.
So I could play this one at some point to pick up whatever's on my map.
Yes. Yeah, but you're resting and you don't have a chance at winning the wave unless you played it on a blue bottle.
Then you might get it.
You're
Then
the
you might
lowest.
get stung and you're the lowest, yeah.
Interesting.
So, anyway, but that's basically how the game's played. This is one where you're really trying to read the other players, see what you think they're going to play,
Yep.
what are they going for, and of course as you pull things that have like the extras, I'm like, oh, Will's definitely going to be going for all the green ones, so I know he's going to be pushing towards these
I'm saving my higher cards.
cards for the green ones, so maybe I'll use lower energy to go under there, or probably maybe I'll mess him up because I know he doesn't got a 5 anymore.
But if we both go for 5, then you'll get it with his 4.
Yes,
and all that stuff. So
well, but if we have different notoriety, the person with the most notoriety wins
that
it.
would work.
So there's a little bit there. So you're having to kind of keep up with what everybody else has got, what they're doing with their hands, to try to figure out if you are going to be able to
and
win the
some
game.
cheat sheets on scoring and how to play.
Right,
Yeah, there is
it's
a
really
nice
easy to jump
player's
into.
aid.
Yeah,
Cool.
some nice player aids.
You
So,
all just
yeah.
helped Jeff sell one at his store.
What?
Excellent.
You're welcome, Jeff.
Great. So anyway, this was Surf's Up by Good Game Publishing.
Hey, whoever bought that game, you need to get on YouTube. We want to congratulate you on a great decision.
So anyway, here is Surf's Up, and we're heading back to the table.
Yep.
Hey, welcome back to the table. So whoever's gonna buy Sunrise at the Studio at Jeff's store. Now this is a game by Pencil First. This is a sort of small box game. But before we get into this new small box games, Pencil First is known for even their smaller box games. They're almost like pocket size games. They're travel size. So they have games that they have a more regular version of this, Floriferous, and I enjoy Floriferous, all about flowers. They also have one called Snowfall Over the Mountains. These are super small games. They pack light and
Pocket edition.
yeah, pocket editions, so they're kind of fun. Now, Snowfall Over the Mountain is a solo-only game, so one player. Floriferous, I believe, plays up to 4. Yeah, 1 to 4 players, and they play pretty quick, probably 20-minute game, but it's a set collection with flowers. But today, we have a new game from Pencil First called Sunrise at the Studio, sort of in this sort of...
Because they have sunset over water and some other ones.
Yes, they have the herbaceous line with the different herbs. So this is a pottery-themed game, and it's a clayful game.
A playful game.
So, Melissa, this is for 1 to 4 players. And what are we doing?
What are we gonna do?
So we are trying to complete pottery orders, and we all have one that we start with in our studio at the beginning of the game. And they're going to be worth different points, but they need different resources like clay and a wash, like the glazes, and then how you're going to
Burn or
fire it in
them,
different types
burn
of
them.
kilns.
Fire them.
This game has a lot of simultaneous play. Basically, we each have a deck of 12 resource cards. We draw 4, and then we choose 1 of 3 ways to use those cards, and we will use each of these 3 ways during the round, during the day. There's 3 days. So either I can keep 3 of the cards and pass 1 to my neighbor, or I can keep 2 of the cards and pass 1 to each neighbor, or I can discard 2 cards, pass 1, and keep 1. And I will have to use those choices throughout the day.
Yep.
So we each have 4, and if you
I'm
have
gonna-
a lot of stuff
I'm going to
that
keep
you
2.
need.
I'm going to pass to my neighbors. And what I'm going to do then, to mark that on my sheet, I don't know if you can see mine.
Katie's like, I want to see this pottery game.
I'm coming.
So
in
on
case
my-
you didn't know, I actually teach ceramics class. So I'm coming to see what this is about.
So I kept 2 and I passed 1 to each of my neighbors. So that means I'm going to mark that off. So I won't be able to do that next round. So the next rounds, I'll be able to choose one of the other options for those.
So the ones you pass, you put on the top.
So I want to
There-
keep 1,
Okay.
and
You passed.
Did you pass one?
I
Did you,
didn't.
Kevin?
I did. It's right here.
Oh, he
I don't know where
There.
I didn't know where your studio was.
all right, and then I can pass 2. Oh no,
Discard 2.
discard 2.
Yeah.
Let's do this. You just go off to the side.
Yeah.
And 1 gets passed.
1 gets passed.
So-
Kevin.
Thank you.
Now you basically draw all your stuff, and we're going to work. And you can.
Oh, boy.
So I have the type of kiln that
Ooh,
I
I can-
need.
What is this, Melissa?
I'm going to choose. That is, I believe you can make it anything. A wild. 2 here will become a wild.
So for my dish,
Mm-hmm.
I have this kind of, what kind of kiln is this, Katie?
Oh, I don't know. Let me see. From the illustration, it looks like an electric kiln.
Okay, and then this looks like a stone
Yeah.
Yeah.
Brick.
brick
Yeah.
kiln.
Yeah.
So I'm going to do that plus a wash, a glaze, and then I'm going to use this as my clay, so I completed this one.
Nice.
And then I have 1 extra, so I put a clay over here.
Very
Then
nice.
the ones that have all of the things that have been used, we discard into the wastebasket.
Yep. So did you do anything, Sarah?
I have the glaze that I need.
Nice.
So I marked that off.
Good.
The other 2, I
2, and then now you could spend 2 for
For
anything you want.
okay. I could. Can I wait till next time?
Yep, you may wait.
Yeah.
'Cause then
you
I
should
might
totally
get
see
what
you
I-
get next
Get what I,
Yep.
see what I get.
So
we're
that
done.
was.
So after you complete a project,
Yep.
you're supposed to announce, I completed a
I
project.
completed a project.
Always put it on social media when you finish a project.
Return
Yep.
the resources to your personal supply.
Yep.
Flip it to its completed side. Move it to the completed area
Okay.
of your board. After completing a project, you get a bonus action.
Okay.
And they're on your little
they're on
player
your
board.
player
You
board.
can take 2 projects.
Yep.
You can take 1 project, draw 2 advantage cards.
Yeah. They're like get more points basically.
They're ways
Goals.
to score points.
Yeah.
Or
for completing something.
draw 3 and keep 1.
Right. So maybe I don't like anything that's out
Yeah.
here.
So you could take 1 project
Okay.
and 1 advantage, 2
Well,
projects.
that's how you
or 3
play.
others.
So you get points from some of the advantages. You get definitely points from completing projects. Talk about these points up here, Melissa.
So these are basically group goals, and there are multiple cards, so it can be different each time. So the first person who uses 3 different types of the washes
Or
or
glaze,
glaze,
yeah.
whatever. I don't know any of this terminology. Good thing Katie's
Washes
glaze.
and glazes are both things. in
they're
ceramics,
both things.
So what would
you
you
might-
refer to these as? Glazes?
I don't know. What does it call them in the rule book? This doesn't look like anything. Like, I mean, they're illustrations, so I don't know what they're supposed to be.
They look like colors.
They could be either. They're
could be-
used in different types.
So there we
in the
go.
process.
We have 3 different types of clay.
Oh, they're glazes.
Light,
glazes.
dark,
Glazes.
And
luster.
Okay.
3 kilns,
Fire, gas. Oh,
gas and electric.
so you were close.
I was
Katie.
close.
You were.
Yeah.
So basically, if you've completed projects that have all 3 of the glazes, 3 different, you would put your small token on there to score points.
Yep.
Oh, that one's very similar. This one is you're looking for different things
Nice,
over
yeah.
there. So basically, we'd play 2 more rounds in day 1, and you have to choose different options. So
Yep.
maybe later I'm like, oh, I want to keep all 3 because I have a couple projects
Yep.
that I'm working on.
Then
But
you have-
you'll end up using all 3. You'll go through your stack of 12 cards,
Yep.
and then we'll go on to day
Day
2
and then day
reset.
3 and do the whole thing, and you're basically trying to get the most points. It's just like pottery. Get the most points.
Get the most points, just like pottery.
You don't get your hands dirty.
That I was gonna say that's a plus.
Is it?
Yeah.
though? Don't you enjoy that part?
I don't enjoy the cleanup part of it.
Okay.
It takes a lot of cleanup.
Okay.
That's not as fun. But otherwise, I will say like the passing the cards seems to be pretty accurate though, because potters tend to be like really open to sharing the information they collect about stuff. Like, oh, here's a way I found out to do this thing.
Cool.
So they share a lot of that info.
That is. Oh, look at the nice gloss on there. Ooh, I just had it. There we go.
It is kind of shiny.
Little wash on
Yeah.
my. All right, that is Sunrise at the studio. Back to the couch.
We're looking at the game Quartz from Lucky Duck Games. It's the dice game. Is there a Quartz?
There
Regular
is.
Quartz?
There's an older game called Just Quartz, and this is the new dice version.
Yeah, nice and quick. It's a set collection, push your luck, Yahtzee style dice game where you are miners who are headed into, I think you're dwarven miners, headed into the gem mines. Each turn you're going
First,
to very first step. You're going to
First,
pull one
for the
random.
round,
oh,
you're gonna
I already had them
put
in there, but
Some of the black,
the bad ones.
the bad ones.
Okay, don't want
Quartz.
those
gonna
black.
draw
Don't-
one.
Don't draw black.
Draw the black ones. Got it.
Watch me do it. Here we go. And
That
stuck.
one?
Nope.
Oh.
Cheap crystal. All right, so I draw one and that's my card. Then I'm gonna roll some dice. And then, in like Yahtzee tradition style, I can set aside dice to keep for each round. So I'm gonna keep this guy for sure because he's wild.
Okay.
Can you see him?
Trying to hide
Here we
him
go.
from everybody?
Yep, keeping that one wild. Let's see what else I can get.
There's another wild.
Love that.
Is it only 1 per round that you can keep?
I can roll up to 3. Now I can keep as many as I want, but I can roll 3
whatever.
times.
You can roll 3
We'll do a
times.
jackhammer. All right, so you have to have 1 die, and it could be wild, to activate your action for the round, and then the number of matching die determined, if you don't flip them over, determine the number of times you can take that action. So,
So we
I
got
can
1,
jackhammer 3 times.
2, and these can be turned into 1 of something else. It takes 2 to activate.
Right, I'm gonna do 3.
Yep,
So
okay.
what that allows me to do is I can dig into the bag, I can pull 3 gems out,
All right.
and then I can keep the rounded up of 2, which is good. I don't
Obviously.
want that one. So I keep these 2, they'll go on my cart, this goes back in the bag, and then we go around the circle and it's Sarah's turn. And as you play throughout the course of the game, what you're attempting to do is collect these sets of gems. Each gem is going to be worth a different amount, and then the more of them that you have, you'll score bonus points for it as
Oh,
well.
wow.
Definitely keeping all of those
Oh, she
and that.
would.
I'm going to re-roll this one.
That's the steel icon, in case you
Yep.
didn't recognize it.
Okay. So I do have a re-roll token. If you happen to draw the black ones, you'll get a re-roll.
Okay.
This is draw one out of the bag. So let's just do that first. Ah, and I did get it. So I'm going to steal this re-roll from
What?
somebody.
Oh, okay.
All right, from
This-
the spot
okay,
over here.
okay.
And then I get to steal 1, 2 from somebody else. I'm taking them from Will.
Of course
You
you
also have a treasure chest. If I was able to get 2 of the treasure chests, I can save away the rare ones and nobody will be able to steal those. Everything that you have in your possession at the end of the game will score points. So whoever has the most at the
Or
end
negative
wins.
points.
Or
Yeah,
negative
very likely.
points.
That's okay.
Essentially negative. And then each round you play more of the quartz, I think they're called quartz. The black gems will go into the bag, which makes it more likely that
Yeah.
you're going to pull bad ones. So at the beginning of the game, usually you're trying to roll those pickaxe ones because those are just pull gems out of the bag when there's not
And
as
you
many
want those.
black ones. Later, you kind of want to switch to that jackhammer because you want to be more picky. You're definitely going to want to try to steal the people's most expensive gems. And then if you can lock away your gems so that they're safe, that's definitely the way to go.
Yeah.
And
At the-
whoever has the least in your treasure chest at the end of the game is going to lose 5 additional points.
Oh.
for
because-
being not saving wisely. So
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
definitely want to stash some
So there
away.
is negative points that you can get in this game.
There
Yep.
are plenty. But it plays pretty quick, and it definitely is that push your luck excitement round where you roll the dice and you're like, yeah, or no, everything is terrible. And then what happens is everybody ends up stealing from the first player. I think there is a first player token somewhere.
Yeah.
Probably the box. It does rotate who's the first player because being the last player and being able to steal from everybody else is really
That's
powerful.
really good.
But when you rotate, if you're the first player, you're kind of trying to save rather than putting in your cart. So
Right.
lots of little strategies going on, even though it is just lucky dice rolls and hoping you get
Yeah.
what you wanted. So
Those are the best
Good
kind
stuff.
where you're pushing your luck,
Yeah.
but you do have to have strategy.
Yes.
Yep.
And you can give away your
Oh,
with
that's even
the
better.
cart.
yeah, super
So-
fun. Get rid of the black ones. We got to play this a bunch at Essen when we were there demoing. This was from Lucky Duck. We were demoing at their booth, and I played this all day long one day, and actually had a really great time with it.
Yeah.
I was a little nervous because I was like, I don't want to just be rolling dice the whole game, the whole day. But people were very excited. It was a lot of fun. Being able to give all their black gems to their dad on their last turn.
Oh, that would be
People
amazing.
were losing their minds. It was funny. It was a great time. So real simple, but really, really fun. Quartz the dice game. Check that one out. And then we'll head back over to the table. I'm not messing it up at all.
Good
today.
job.
Hey, welcome back to the table. We're actually in the middle of a game because we really like this game a lot. This is Rivages from Pandasaurus. So welcome to the middle of a game. We actually wanted the couch to go a little longer because I was enjoying my play over here of Rivages. This game is a combination of Guild of Merchant Explorers plus Silver and Gold. So if you played either of those games, you probably will like Rivages. In Guild of Merchant Explorers, you were sort of like exploring the different lands, and you're sort of doing that on dry erase boards. In Silver and Gold, you're sort of trying to mark off different spots and getting new lands, and you're doing that in this game as well. So, this is from Pandasaurus. We'll explain a little bit more. Go for it, Melissa.
All right, so you're gonna have 2 cards in your hand. Mine both happen to be at the top right now, but I choose one
here you
card
go.
and do the top thing. So Kevin could do the
4/4 green or
he could do that one because the other ones have
These
already
were already
been marked
marked
off.
off,
I'm gonna choose this top one and use a water, and then I'm gonna use a forest. You have to mark next to something you've already done. I get a bonus for completing a forest, which is gonna give me a point, and then I have 2 more forests. I'm going to use that forest, and then I can use any color to do the white background. So I'm going to do this temple, which lets me go over to my temple board, mark off something there, and then the little eyes glass lets me do anything connected. So that's kind of how I would do my thing.
Yep. So there's terrain that you can mark off. Also, there are these icons on the cards as well. So I can mark off an eyeglass and mark anywhere on my board. And then this is the little idol that I can mark off. Oh, look, this gives me another eyeglass, which gives me another eyeglass, which means I can then mark off another one. And I'm trying to, get points on the lands because I get to both of the different statues, which is over here. I would get 3 points if I connect my one boat to my other boat. That would basically complete this card. I would turn it over. At the next round, I would get a new card, and I would start again at one of the boats here. And I'm trying to basically get points like Melissa. She completed the green. This one wants complete reds, and then this wants to surround the castles, and you get points. So lots of different ways.
So one big thing that we haven't talked about is what happens after I use, we
well,
both
here we
use
go.
these
Well,
cards.
here we go. We're going to pass these, and then as you'll see, one of the cards.
This card is completely full, so it gets discarded and I draw a new one. So now I have this option or this option.
Yep.
So you can play up to 4, I believe. Is it 4 or 5?
5 players.
5. So you would just pass to the player to your right each time. So you're getting new cards each turn. So you don't necessarily know exactly what you're going to get.
There's a
the
little
next time.
bit of setup at the beginning of the game based on player count. We were just playing all the cards, but these purple cards basically are the end game trigger. Once you get to the purple cards, You finish that current round, and then you're going to score points based on all the scrolls that you've gotten, and then you may have...
So we didn't talk, there's these little goodie bags. You go into the bag and you draw a token, and it will have some sort of benefit that you can use later or right away. This one is, I can fill in an entire blue section. So that's pretty cool. So yeah, this is a quick game. We've really enjoyed it. We've played it with a lot of our friends. It's quicker than Guild of Merchant Explorers. I know Coralu was talking about avoiding it. I love Guild of Merchant Explorers, even though it is super beige. But if you like more color and dry erase markers, then this one is
And if someone
really
in the
good
comments
choice.
can let me know why they called it Rivages, is there a certain reason? I do not even know, what that means. So, I'm sure Ryan will figure it out. All right, we're gonna go somewhere new today. To the wall. Nope, not yet.
It's very new.
Okay, so today we're going to be talking about Half-Truths Second Guess. This is actually on Kickstarter right now. This is... Who prints this?
It's
Richard
designer.
Garfield and Ken Jennings.
Oh, okay. Richard Garfield, Ken Jennings.
Do you know those people?
No, not necessarily.
Ken Jennings is the Jeopardy champion.
Oh, I'm not up on that kind of stuff. Okay. Anyway, this is as I've been told, there's another game that looks very similar to this that is already out.
Okay.
And they've already told me, people who already are familiar with the original game have already told me it looks so similar to this game that they didn't realize they were two separate games.
Okay.
This is a separate game, and this is for team play.
Okay.
In this game, the biggest difference, from what I understand, is part of the team play. And with this, you are expressly trying to figure out what part of this is true and what part is false. So there are these different, this is the question, you're supposed to put it in here. And it says, currencies by country. It has all of the answers written out here, but only half of them are true. And you're needing to deduce which ones are actually the true ones and which ones are the false
So
ones.
there are 3 correct answers and
There are 3 correct answers. There are 3 wrong
Incorrect
answers. And so you're trying to really figure it out. And this one, I don't know if
How do you know the right answers at the end? Once you guessed it.
The information is on the back. So
Okay.
you would pull it out and the correct answers are written here. I would not have guessed any of those. I was like, I don't know what I would have
considering
guessed.
this is a Jeopardy champion,
Wow.
these seem rather difficult questions.
No, there are easy
these some
ones.
easy
Like
ones?
this one's easier.
Okay.
Ways to eat green eggs and ham. I think I could.
So
could do
how
this.
would
I
we-
do this because I read this book to my kids
That's true.
really often. I could tell easily. You can eat them on a train with a mouse and in the dark. Those are the 3 correct ones.
As a team, so how would we indicate what our guesses are?
Okay, so you would. Well, they're called out like A, B, C, D, E, F.
Okay.
And I assume you're doing it that way. I'm going to be honest, I was taught this game by somebody and we didn't actually play with this little section, so I don't actually know what part of that it gets called out. But I assume you say, we believe that it's A, F, and E are the correct ones.
Okay.
That's what you use the cards for.
Right, to use the different things there. And then you would flip it over and look, I was correct.
Well
And
done.
I read that often.
And they're green.
Yeah.
They're green. There
Yes.
you go.
And they're and they're green. Right. But that's because it's a correct answer. But it was convenient that it was green.
And then if you get them correct, you get a point per correct answer, or how does that work?
Yep, I don't know.
Oh, sorry.
I thought Sarah was gonna do this part. I'm so sorry. But it says that the number of players recommended here. Hold on.
It's all right.
We got
played
this, and we just had super fun playing
the guessing it?
Could you figure out this? And we found out we were really bad. Is what we found out.
Yeah, I think this is not a game that I'd be great
All right.
at, but that's okay.
All right, let's see. It says that it's got green highlighted answers are correct. Oh, I already knew that. It says that there's dial icons of what to do if you choose incorrect answers. I don't know. It's got it all on this dial.
So in this, it's a team game where we're answering questions that can be difficult or easy, and it's on Kickstarter now.
I know. I was like, I could totally play this game. We played this. It's answering these questions, and then I was like, wow, I didn't see these parts of the game when we played it.
It's all right.
Oh, it's because you advance around. Oh, you advance. You go back if you do incorrect stuff, and then you advance. So it keeps up with your score as you do this. So it's like if you get to the final question, you advance 2 spaces for 1 correct answer, advance 3 for 2.
There are some instructions on the little dials.
They are. So there's that. So anyway, that I'm sorry, it was not the best introduction to this game, but it was super fun trying to figure out these different things.
Show some of the other cards.
All right, so here's some of the other cards. James Bond gadgets.
Oh, let me see if I can get James Bond gadgets.
I think the cell phone shoe's a thing.
I think
That's
that
from
is.
Get Smart.
Is
Okay,
it?
yeah.
Oh man, now I'm gonna
it's
mess it up.
related. It's not James Bond.
Truth Serum Injecting Pen. It has to be fake fingerprint, but I do love that these all seem like something James Bond or
Mini
a
rocket cigarette. Surely that has to be James
inflatable
Bond.
ski jacket. Was that when he fell off a cliff and it did the ball around him?
I don't
Is that
know.
a thing? I don't know. All right, final guesses.
2-part explosive gum. That sounds more like MacGyver.
Yeah.
The 2-part explosive gum is from Mission Impossible.
Is
Alright.
it? Okay, whatever.
So I'm gonna do inflatable ski jacket, truth serum, and fake fingerprints.
Okay.
Oh, I got
You
2
were
of them.
close. It was the mini cigarette rocket. And it's got where it's from.
It did say the other ones. I knew the 2 of them.
Mission Impossible, Get Smart, and The Man Who Knew Too Little, the Truth Serum Injection. Pen.
Okay, all right.
It does tell you where they
That's
get the
very
other
nice.
answers.
They would know that we want to know what the real things were.
Right.
That's right.
And so it's got some interesting things. Like here's Phineas and Ferb. So they've got like some real questions of like stuff that's
Real
like,
world things.
Yeah, like the
And
currencies by country, but they've also got things like
movies and TV
Phineas and
shows
Ferb, like
and pop culture
pop
references.
culture stuff. So it's really fun
What's the Phineas and Ferb one?
It's
Doofenshmirtz inventions on Phineas and Ferb. Okay, Gravy Wavinator, Mustachinator, Bad Punctuate-inator, Eyebrow Shrink-inator, Whole Translator-inator, and Lunar Rotate-inator.
Oh wow,
And you have to
those
pick-
all could be.
you pick 3, so there's 3 that are real and 3 that are not real.
There are definitely lots of inators. Why don't
I'm gonna say
we...
the mustache is the real one.
Okay.
A mustache
2
one?
more.
You need 2 more real ones.
No.
Gravy wave,
No.
No.
lunar rotate,
Yes.
Yes.
whale translator.
Yes, let's just do those. I think maybe Whale Translator.
Whales, moon, and mustache.
Yeah.
Hey,
Oh, you
See?
were right.
There we
We know
go.
our Phineas and
Dominate.
Ferb.
Y'all apparently do. The
Dominators.
other ones are apparently just completely made up.
Yep. Those are just
Eyebrow
silly.
shrink sounds like it could be a real thing
Oh, no.
in that universe.
Okay.
But anyway, so there was just some really fun different cards here that you could. I could spend forever figuring it out looking at these because there's so many interesting ones like types of insects, types of swords, Sonic the Hedgehog zone names. I didn't know there were zones. I would be bad at that. Serial killer nicknames. Wow.
Ugh.
Oh, that's not. Let's just keep going on.
Yeah, wow.
And on that note,
We have it. But now we're really going to a place we haven't been before.
So, yes. Anyway, Half Truths, Second Guess on Kickstarter now. Check it out if you're interested. Back to the
wall.
wall.
The wall! Talking about Kickstarters. Did you know our Kickstarter is live right now? Season 11. Can you believe it? 11 seasons. I'm going to highlight a few things that are featured on our Kickstarter right now. So I do give you permission if you want to hop over there and another tab, go. You can keep your live up on your phone and search the internet. Will's putting a link in right now. So one promo that I'm very excited about, and this one is a long time coming, is the Rally Man promo. Huge shout out to Synapse Games for saving the day, coming in. Rallyman ended up Holy Grail Games went under, and they came in, bought the rights, and are publishing the game. They already have the new Tantrum House promos completed, and we have them. So you can now play as one of the Tantrum House cars in the game, and it does come with the setup, which are all a little bit different from the ones that come in the box. So you can check out that promo. We already have the new Adventure Party promos from Smirk and Dagger Games. Those have already arrived in the mail. And so you can play with new character here. We will, I believe, have a playthrough of this with the new card coming up in the next few weeks on our channel. And then we have some other ones that have already arrived as well. We have Sunny Day Sardines. We have Ghost Love Candy 2. If you missed this one with the Halloween, that's okay. You can get the promo, and then next year you'll be all ready to play this around Halloween time. So check it out. We have some new t-shirts. We have some new Tantrum Cotton socks. We have a ton of new promos this year. We're very excited to share all of those with you.
One other thing, if I'm in the shot.
You are.
The Castles of Mad King Ludwig is specifically the colossal version.
Mm-hmm.
So, and that will probably be revealed next week. Hopefully, that we're going to be getting the artwork for that from Bezier.
Yes. So very excited about a lot of these promos coming. Some of them are brand new ones that have never been released before. So we have a list of those so you can check out which ones those are. We're very excited. Thank you so much already for your support. And we are heading back over to the table with Kevin and Melissa.
And I know you can hear us, but you can't see us until now.
Ta-da, we're here.
We're talking about a game from WizKids called Trail Story America. So this game is from WizKids, and it is for 2 to 4 players and takes about an hour and a half to 2 hours to play, so a little bit on the heavier side.
Or longer side.
Yes. Longer side.
So basically in this game we are traveling in the wilderness. We have, now it is set up for 4 players because we put these extensions. For 2 we would only play with the middle board, but it looks nicer with all 4. And basically on your turn you can take one of 5 actions.
Like scouting and traveling and camping and reflecting and journaling?
Yes. Mainly what you're going to be doing most of the time is either scouting to put more tokens out on the board or traveling. And you can only travel along a path where there is a token.
Oh, okay.
So that's why if I really wanted to come up here, I'd have to scout first to put new tokens.
So if I scout it, I pull one from the bag?
For each area each side that doesn't have a
Ooh, what's the
spot.
question mark?
Ooh, question mark. Well, each of the tokens correspond to a deck of cards.
Oh, a mystery deck. Or I could keep pulling blue out. Oh, well. I'll do the mystery deck.
Well, that you only get 1 turn. So 1 action on your turn.
This is why it's taking 2 hours.
So that was your turn to pull those. Now say I just wanted to travel.
Okay.
So I would come here, I would take this token, pull the card that goes with it, and it's telling me I have several different skills. It's telling me which ones might be in this deck. So I turn it over, and we have lots of artwork, and then I have a goal that I'm trying to complete. And I can use any of my skills. Then this would be if I get the reward, and that's if
Succeed
I
or fail.
So I look over at my skills of the intelligence, strength, speed, and I can move an experience cube over to get dice. So all of them only have 1 experience cube right now, so I can move this over to roll 1 die.
And you want to roll what?
Well, the number of stars on the token tell me how many successes I need to get.
1 success, here we go,
that is
Melissa!
a 1 success. You know what? I think I can spend an inspiration to add another die. So I'm trying to get at least 1 star. Here, I'll roll over here.
Woo!
I got a star. Woohoo! So I get
You get an eyeball and a beast.
so I have a memory that I have done this thing, and then I would look at the icons, and the eyeball
Is
the wanderer may take a scout action.
Well, that's nice.
So I could pull from there, and then why don't you look and see what the beast is kind of in the middle of the page.
Yep. Add 1 beast card to the story. After the current story is resolved, continue to this one. Use the difficulty of the current story token for all tasks.
So basically, this one is giving me another card that I have to complete.
But the level is
It's still a 1.
still a 1.
Still a 1. Oh, it's a pursuing wolf.
Which
I
is
have
good.
to use
Your
my
fleet of foot.
fleet of foot to subdue it.
Yep. You should do.
I have 1 cube that I can move over.
Oh, you just no inspiration on this one, huh? Nah.
I did not get
fail.
it.
She just died.
Did you get eaten by wolves?
She did.
So I get those icons.
Yes. I should have looked that up
Which is
while
a
you were.
skull. The wanderer draws 1 despair card and places it face down in front of them. They may look at it at any time. And then the lock is, instead of adding this card to the test of their story cards, the wanderer keeps this story card locked. It will automatically be added to their next story. So I have to do it again
You have to complete it.
next time.
But you're
I
gonna get
do a
some.
story
You'll get
card.
some wolf meat.
I'll
if
get
you-
some food. That's now, as you complete tokens, they go into your memories, and then there are other actions you can take to spend these tokens to basically log things
the
into
journaling?
your journal, and
Okay.
it'll be worth points
Okay.
at the top of the cards. So you're trying to experience these things and then eventually get them into your journal so you can score them.
Well, I'm gonna do campfire. So give me the campsite card for fun.
All right, so Kevin's going to create a campfire.
Woo!
You wanna
I'm
put
gonna
this-
do it in the boxcar.
What?
That doesn't look safe.
All right, do you want to put it where people can see it?
Yeah,
So,
You sound more like a vagabond than a hiker.
it does look like that.
so when you do a camp,
Yeah,
you one of the benefits that appears on the campsite is eating.
yeah. People can join me.
So you would get to, and there's an eating card.
Yeah.
Do you have anything to eat?
No, but you would if you had the wolf meat.
Yes. So if you had things to eat, you would get benefits.
That's cool.
These are experience tokens that you can put on your board.
Yep.
You have to take an action to put these tokens out on the board to then free up more spots
Oh, that's cool.
for your things. And then other players can choose to not do anything.
I can just enjoy my company
Or I could choose to join your camp and I would come join you.
and share a story.
And then if I share a story, I would give you one of my story cards that is not journaled yet.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
And then I would get 2 of the benefits down at the bottom, any of my non-journaled story cards. But then I get 3 things, and I can use the green one, which would be, get rid of a despair card.
Oh, that's perfect for you.
I wonder, my despair card was hopelessness. Sometimes the sadness consumes me. You have no hope. If you have no hope, lose 1 point.
Yep.
So we all start with a hope token that we can use
Yep.
for things. As you go along, you can create havens and stories that then make certain terrains give you extra stuff. So if
And-
I have a haven in the forest, when I do certain actions, I get benefits.
Okay.
So it's kind of basically creating your story as you go along. As you can see, some of the tokens have 2 stars or 3 stars, so
Yep.
those are more difficult.
Oh, I saw
You would
this.
draw the card, you would have to get that many successes. So you basically want to open up your skills and get the experience cubes on them so you can spend them.
Well, that's Trail Story, America, from Whiz Kids. If that sounds like something you'd be interested in, traveling around America but not really doing it, sort of like making pottery without making pottery. It's great. You can check that out at your local board game store. I think we're heading back to the couch.
Hello. Here's another game we picked up while we were in Germany. This is Jinxo. It is from Table Toys. This is a company I wasn't familiar with. I believe they are based out of Indonesia.
Oh, wow.
And so we picked this one up. It's kind of a fun twist on some of the games where you're trying to answer similar answers to other people. So I'm going to let everybody in the comments, if you want to play along a little bit, answer the question, places other than houses that are usually haunted. We just had Halloween here in the United States. Places other than houses that are usually haunted. We already answered some of the other questions. So we're going to have 3 questions. We're going to fill them out on our grid. We have a sample grid here. And where you place your answers on the grid is important, because if you can get 3 answers to match other people correctly, then you can get a bonus for filling in columns or rows, and they're worth different point values. So you probably want your best answers to be up here, and your not as great answers, if you can't think of something, can go here. So what we will do is we will ask 3 questions. We gave everybody at home one of them. Our other 2 questions were best ice cream toppings and things you bring camping. So we've already filled out our answers. We'll go around one at a time and select one of the answers from our board that we think is most likely to match with somebody else, hopefully.
Okay.
And we'll keep going around and around giving answers. It could be to any one of these 3 questions. And if you do match with more than one other
We got
person,
answers coming in
you
already.
will circle it.
Okay.
If you match with just one person, you'll get a bonus star point.
Ooh, okay.
All right?
All right.
So Katie's
I'm
gonna.
gonna write some in.
All right.
So it looks like the green questions tend to be a little longer. Are they
The
supposed to be
Yellow,
more difficult?
So,
Are they green?
No,
Yellow?
no. It just depends on
Which side?
on the cards. There's a ton of cards that are in
so
here.
where should I write the one I think's gonna match the
The
most?
top
The
right.
top
Three,
right
three.
is worth a possible. You'll get a point for being correct, but you also might get 6 bonus
Okay.
points depending on
Okay.
And the first question was which one?
places other than houses that are haunted.
So you got best ice cream toppings. You've got
Okay.
things you bring camping, and places other than houses that are usually haunted.
Okay, so Katie's filling out
I'm
some
filling
answers.
it in.
You
with
can
the
write anywhere
answers?
too, Katie.
Yeah, they can go anywhere.
Oh, I was just writing them kind of in order.
Just put them wherever.
This is sort of a house. This is good. I see a lot of this in movies.
Like, you gotta write this one here so you get the most points.
All right. That's true. All right, hold on.
See how the audience does
Bum, bum,
compared to Tantrum House.
Let's see.
Next question.
All right, we had best ice cream toppings.
Best ice cream topping.
Oh, this is good. Y'all are thinking of good ones.
And you're supposed to put in 3 answers each for each
Yeah,
question.
you can put them wherever you want. So each one's
Hey,
gonna have.
you're doing it wrong.
Am I?
Yeah,
It's all right.
only 3 haunted locations.
Oh, sorry.
3 per question.
I'm gonna put this one then right here. I'm gonna put this
It's all right.
there. I think those were good. Sorry.
Okay.
You got it.
I thought we were doing the whole board with the haunted
No.
stuff.
No, 3 per question.
3 per question.
Okay.
Best ice cream.
I need an ice cream, guys. Everybody just keeps giving me haunted places.
Best ice cream.
Oh,
toppings.
this is good.
Oh, I didn't realize you were doing the chat. I was like, this is not hard, Katie. You just had ice cream.
No.
My problem was limiting. Now, which ones are the
I know.
best, and what is everybody else gonna put? But maybe not
Yes.
so obvious.
Ugh.
Uh-huh.
I do like these where you're trying to match people but maybe be slightly obscure.
Oh, I don't know. This is Nishant's answer, but this is not my favorite.
It's the chat's favorite, not yours.
I
Kate.
know, I
Things,
know.
things you bring camping.
All right, things we bring camping, guys.
Katie should know. We just went camping.
We did. We
She
just.
knows.
Oh, I
Does
know.
everybody else at home? Does anybody else go camping?
I haven't been in a long time, but I have
But there's
very
some
specific
obvious,
memories.
Glamping?
Obvious.
Definitely
things you would bring.
glamping.
Yeah. Oh yes. I'd rather just be in a cabin that was like an Airbnb.
I hope y'all agree with this one. That makes the most sense.
All right, you got them all filled out?
No, they're not putting in. No, people in the chat don't go camping apparently.
There's
two more
also a
in.
delay.
Just put 2 more in.
Okay.
Put your answers
Here
in.
they come,
You
here
can
they
be the audience.
Oh, yeah, good job.
we're getting there.
Oops, sorry.
Okay.
I should have said
Okay.
that out loud.
All right. So we'll go around one at a time. We won't do the whole thing, but we'll go around and
Circle it
if
You're right.
you match. All right. My first answer, you can pick any of the ones you want. I'm going to say hot fudge.
I did. I
Hot
put
fudge.
hot
Oh,
fudge.
nice. That was everybody's answer too.
Nope, you get,
Oh.
circle it if it is correct. If you only match one person, you get a bonus star. So all right, Hannah.
I'm gonna go tent.
I also
I
had
did
10.
tent as well.
Okay.
I had caramel.
I also had
I
caramel.
did not do
Katie?
caramel.
No caramel.
Yes, Ryan and I
Nobody
get a
star.
bonus star.
Nobody from
So you
the
circle and
thing
star?
said caramel.
Circle and star, yeah.
Ooh.
Back to Katie.
Graveyards.
I did
had
cemetery.
Cemetery.
Or graveyard.
Same
I feel
thing.
like that's the same
No,
thing.
same
one's
thing.
connected to a church and one is not.
That's true.
It is, but are we saying it's all connected?
It's fine.
Okay.
All right.
They're the
so,
same thing.
Yeah.
As you can see on Katie's board, she was able to fill in, so she will get a bonus 3 points
Woo! For getting them all.
for getting a row
A
filled.
row.
Or sorry, a column. There's
column.
row bonuses
Oh, okay.
and column bonuses, so that makes it strategic about where you put your answers. The ones that you think.
Well, these are definitely from the people in the chat. So good job, guys.
Yep.
Awesome. All right, we can keep going around, and then there are spots here to tally up. We go around until somebody has all of their board circled.
The first
Okay.
person.
First person. So some people, when it gets to your turn and you don't give one of your good answers and you don't get points for it, you might not get points.
Yeah.
So you'll put your points there. It's 2 points for
For
stars.
Wow.
And then your bonus points, and you'll play 3 rounds.
Stars are good.
Stars are good. And tally it up. So that is Jinxo. Kind of a
I'll
fun.
throw out some of my.
Oh,
You can
schools. Yeah.
Amusement park
How
rides.
how many horror
roller
films?
Roller coaster was one of the
I've seen
answers.
ghosts at Disney.
Castle would have been great. You've
Castle
seen
and
Ghosts at
Castle.
Disney?
Yeah.
Theater.
You're on the amusement park ride.
Okay,
there
that is
they are.
okay. That is true.
Did anybody match with Nishant on cherries? Cherries was one of his.
I know.
thought about
I did
cherries, but I was
whipped
like,
cream
these girls
instead
aren't
of
gonna do
cherries.
cherries. I
Oh,
can
you
tell.
would have matched with Nishant on cherries. Would have gotten a star.
I had sprinkles.
I had
Yeah.
sprinkles.
We specifically said chocolate sprinkles,
Those
but I
are
feel like
better.
those are probably better.
Now, is there anyone out there that calls them jimmies? Because I'm from the
What?
part of
Or
the world.
hundreds and thousands.
Hundreds and thousands.
That's like, yeah, I part of, in Maryland,
I'm
we
scared.
called them jimmies. Sprinkles are jimmies.
Well, Ryan's mom calls them jimmies, but they're specifically the ones that are long.
They're long.
They're the
Yeah,
long, skinny
exactly,
ones.
the
as
long, skinny
opposed
ones.
to like the
Little
little
sprinkles.
The dots?
the little dots and
Yeah.
stuff are called something. else.
Non-pro? No.
We might need to take this to Thanksgiving.
100%. I want to see, Mom, if you're out there, we want to see you play this.
All right, so that is Jinxo. I think we're going
Back to the wall.
over to the wall in just
With
a moment.
people who
With
are
Katie
there.
is heading over there now. We'll see you in just a second.
Katie, I'm here
Okay, you were holding down the fort for me. Thanks, Kevin.
interviewing Katie about her trip to Essen. I think Ryan should come over here, but I think he's about to do the next game.
Yeah,
so.
he's setting up the
Katie,
next
you're going to
game.
be the person to tell us all about Essen.
Right. So I'm going to give the perspective of Essen for an American first timer. How's that? So for me, first timer to Essen would be, first of all, it is huge. Just as everybody said, got lost multiple times.
Big game event, right? Not the town.
Right. I didn't get lost in town. I did get lost in town too. Just kidding. I got lost everywhere. So something that I would say for first timers visiting Essen would be there is a downloadable app that will tell you about where to find all the booths for the people that you were looking for. If you're trying to get to a certain booth, it will tell you what hall and what specific block number they're in. I didn't find that out. Nobody told me that until the last day. I was told there were signs everywhere for it. I didn't see those. So, but there's an app that you can download. Another first time Essen advice that I would give would be plan out what you want to see on the first day. There's a lot of things that sell out. I don't know that anything sold out the first day, but
Yes,
things.
there were some. I have one.
Sarah knows this a little more than I do, but things sell out. So if there are things you want to go get, you have to go get them fast. Mark those quickly and get there. Here's one that sold out. And so I would definitely say get that figured out first. Another thing would be
Just mind also.
The hot game.
bring euros to the event. Do not rely on your credit card or debit card because a lot of the vendors, especially the food vendors, do not take credit cards.
Yeah.
The first day I was afraid I wasn't going to get any lunch because Ryan and I split up and all I had was a credit card and I had no euros and I was like, I don't even know how to get euros.
All right, we have off-screen questions.
Oh, off-screen. Give me some
absolutely.
off-screen questions.
Okay, question number 1. How much German did you already know?
I knew very little. I knew fliegen.
How about
Flies.
how much did you learn
Wasn't
while you were
important.
there?
I did learn some German. I learned how to say, and I'm gonna mess it up, but it's Stickspiel, which means trick-taking game in German, because I was demoing for Bezier, and I was demoing mostly a trick-taking game. But every time I said that, the German people would look at me like, we said we could do this in English, but now you're confusing us. So I asked a German demoer what he would say, and he said it's Stickspiel.
All right, question
I know
number
all
2.
the food.
Guten
That's all.
Tag.
I've been able to make it just fine with
Yeah.
knowing the food.
And I learned the word, I learned to recognize the word for exit and entrance because those were important for navigating the halls.
Yes.
All right, question number 2. How do you decide which lineup to wait in if there's lines for all the games you want?
Oh, that's hard.
The shortest one at the time.
Go with friends maybe. Have separate between friends
Divide and conquer.
Yes, try the divide and conquer thing is what I would recommend for
Which
that.
one you know is not coming to the United States.
Oh, yes, that's good
also
advice.
games that
Games
aren't
that aren't
coming
coming
to
to
the
the
United
US.
An
like
example?
lifeboats. This is an older game that is being published by Broadway Toys. I like the gameplay on this one, so I picked it up because it's kind of a mean, fun, just good time.
Mean fun. I
Mean
was gonna say
fun
I played the older version of this.
Yes.
Okay, question
Anything
number
else,
3.
Kevin?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is it kid friendly for like a 2-year-old? Nishant wants to know.
There's a lot of families.
There's a bunch of families there. I saw many children themed areas where they had specific areas for children to sit and play. They had like fun, child-sized tables and chairs. I don't know about 2-year-olds necessarily. It would be hard to navigate the halls with a stroller. Would be very difficult.
This is the first year that they sold out. And
They limited the amount of people who came in.
Part of it was because it overlapped with a German holiday.
They had trampolines in previous years.
Question next
yeah.
from Jeff. So Essen is more like Gen Con as a buyer's convention than Origins like a playing
Yes. You
convention.
won't play any games unless you can find a spot to demo.
Yeah.
There's no events to play anything. It is a convention to buy games.
Yes, pretty much buying only. You can, like she said, you can sit down to a demo and you might be able to play the full game. And I would say though that like everywhere you go in town after the convention hall closes, which is like 6:30, it's early.
At 7.
7. Everywhere you walk, you can look in every window and everybody's playing board games. You could probably just walk into a random hotel lobby and be like, who wants to play with me? And there'd be a bunch of people there ready to do it.
There's no open game. There's
Nope.
nothing. Yeah,
Nope.
it is shopping only.
Just shop.
Yep. Another one I picked up that I wasn't sure how quickly I'd be able to get in the U.S. is the new souvenirs from Venice from Oink Games. I was interested because Scout did so well last year. I wanted to pick up their new one. Mm-hmm. Also,
Rebel Princess.
We could get that over here, but we picked up copies of this too.
Yeah, fun. Any other? We're good. Good on questions. Anyway, so that was my basic. Those are some basic things that I have to say about that. One other thing would be plan to leave a little bit early from the convention each day, so you don't have to ride the train. You don't have to try to pack into the last train that everybody else is trying to leave on.
Yeah.
I think that would be it.
Bring extra suitcases, or better yet, buy more suitcases there so you can bring it all back home.
Yes. All right.
Question was favorite meal at Essen.
Oh, favorite meal at Essen. Ooh.
So I have to say, I was a little disappointed with the food vendors this year because there was no spiral potatoes.
Oh.
There was no chimney bread. I'm not sure what happened, but it was just the normal food trucks.
Yeah.
I did eat a lot of crepes.
Oh. As I say, at Essen, I think probably my favorite thing I got was a giant pretzel that was covered in cheese. It was so good.
They do it well.
They do. They had it every morning, cute, like they were this big soft pretzels covered in cheese. It was great.
All right. Thank you so much for listening to our exciting times at Essen.
All right.
Heading back to the couch.
Yep.
All right, we're looking at I'm Kind of a Big Dill. Always saying deal. I'm Kind of a Big Dill from Left Justified Studios. This is a party weight game, so it's pretty quick to jump in. None of us have played it before. The basic point of the game is you're going to draw 2 cards, pick one. It's going to have a premise such as these out here on the table.
A card.
Like your ability to work on a team or your karate skills, that sort of thing.
Karate skills, wait.
You are then going to pull.
Did you want to jump in too?
I do now.
We're not doing that one. That was the example.
Okay.
You're going to pull an exaggeration token, and the token is going to be either 0 or +1 through 3 or -1 through 3. So if it's 0, you're just accurate, truthful about your capability there. If it's 1, you exaggerate a little bit. If it's 3, you exaggerate a lot. And if it's -1, you downplay it a little bit. -3, you downplay it a lot. Everybody who guesses exactly how much you're exaggerating or downplaying gets 2 points. If they're off by 1, they get 1 point. If everybody guesses exactly, you don't get any points. So you want everybody to guess except one person.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
Yeah.
So you're trying to be slightly vague about it.
Okay.
And at the bottom of the sheet, there's my bold slices. So basically, these are a different additional bidding that you can do. It's an additional 3 points. You can bid them all on the same guess or split them up. But if you manage to get those 2 points for guessing exactly how much they exaggerated, you can bid 1 through 3 of your bold slices. And if you manage to get it right, you get the bold slice points in addition.
Ooh.
So you can get 5 points on one thing. But once you use it, it's done.
Okay.
So I should mention that one of the co-designers of this game is Grant Lyon, who has been to Tantrum Con
Yeah.
several times and done a comedy
Tickets
show.
are on sale now,
Specifically a board game comedian, right?
Mhm.
I think he's
He
regular
does other stuff
comedian
too,
as
yeah.
well. But
Specifically does board game stuff.
Yes.
All right. What's our first question?
Ryan, you're going first?
Okay, I have drawn 2 cards.
okay.
And you're going
I
to...
am going to pick this one.
And we're trying to guess how
and it
truthful
is
you are.
ability to keep your email inbox clear.
Oh my.
And now I'm going to
And then you're
draw
gonna tell
one,
us.
and I don't tell you what it is. It gets shuffled in for the next one.
Okay.
Now you're gonna try to guess, and I can elaborate as much as I want. Oh, and then you all can ask one question.
Oh,
before we
okay.
Okay.
So, I mostly keep it clear because I'm, a little obsessive compulsive. I like a clear inbox, but anything that I want to answer later because I can't answer right now, or I want to follow up with later, I'll leave that as unread. So maybe at any time I'll have 14 that are just unread from time to time, and I just gradually filter those out as they go. But sometimes I can have like 80 emails.
All right.
Okay, Kate, what's your first question?
My first question is, no, I don't have a first
I
question.
have a question. How many emails do you typically get in one day?
Oh wow, that's a lot. Probably a lot.
30.
All right, I have a question.
30? Lucky.
Question for Ryan. How many email accounts are we talking? Just your work account? Just your Tantrum
Oh,
account?
that's a good point.
They all of his personal stuff.
What did you
filters
answer on?
in
Your
one.
work account?
Yeah, my work account.
Okay, that's fine.
Oh no, I had a good idea when it was his personal account because I see that. But now I'm like, oh no, I don't see his work account.
Do you have a filter for your spam to go in your main inbox or to a different folder?
I have rules written for different things that they
These are your
get
questions.
sorted
Oh,
out.
Okay.
he's got
I
rules
guess, yeah.
written.
This sounds exactly like
I didn't know that was
Well,
a thing.
that was my.
As soon as you start talking, I was like, this sounds like Will's answer.
It's exactly how like my truthful would be, because that's exactly how I deal with it. But is Ryan more organized than me? Less organized than me?
Is he
I think
slightly more?
chaotic
Can I
than
just
me or
ask a
less
question
chaotic
then?
than me?
If I think he's telling the truth, I'd obviously do that.
He's
If I think he's worse than what he said, I would go here. Or I
No,
think
he's downplaying it.
He's
So
downplaying-
he's saying it's worse than.
my ability to keep it clear. So if you think I keep it
Or
less clear,
or I think you do keep it better
Than what you were saying.
than what you were saying.
so
or
everybody
worse.
go
Okay.
ahead and circle one
Okay, I have
So
I've chosen.
and or bid both slices.
I may have 20,000 emails in my work
Okay,
email right now.
personal, I've got
I
1,000.
would die.
In my work email, I've got like 2.
Oh,
Because I have to do something
in
about it.
all
62
of my
billion.
email accounts, I have tons of unread emails.
Oh
I
no.
mean, I've read them all. When's like a Tantrum house?
All right.
But when someone at work asked me something from 6 months ago, I can still find it in the email
Good
because I
idea.
never
I mean, these are
deleted
all-
it.
All
I
of those
don't
are
even read
in.
those.
I will organize them into folders. Everything's
All right.
organized. Ready?
Everybody reveals.
I think he's being truthful.
I put +1.
I put +1.
-1.
I was trying to be truthful.
So how do we know that you were being truthful now?
All right, everybody who did 0.
So maybe you should like mark it on your board
Okay.
what the real thing
Okay.
was.
So if I got, so I get
Anybody
a.
in chat thinks
Also,
that he's
there's
being
evidence
truthful?
So everybody give yourself 2 points if you guess 0.
Okay.
If you guess 1 or -1, give yourself 1 point.
Oh, 1 point.
And give yourself an additional point if you bet a bold slice.
and
Oh, I
we're
didn't
correct.
do that.
Oh,
And
yeah.
and we're correct, not if you.
People are
Good one.
commenting about how they keep their own inboxes.
It's
which are
a very big deal.
more clean than Ryan's,
You want to go
apparently.
next, Melissa?
Sure.
20,000. Yeah, go live with a little shock too.
Yeah.
Yeah, but hers are red. She just keeps them in her inbox.
Good
She
for
doesn't
you. I'm pretty
organize
sure I
them.
have 20,000, but most of them are unread.
Yeah.
You need to text me if you want me to actually read it.
Oh no.
Who's going next?
Oh,
Melissa's
it's
going next, and I
me.
love both
This
of you.
is-
Probably cheating by looking at these.
Which do you think I should do?
This is good.
This
Bottom
is
left.
a 2 or more player game. There's 10
Alright.
of these boards, but you could definitely play with more
Right,
than 10
because you
people.
just have
All
them
right,
right
mine is ability to do home repairs.
You can't
Okay.
see
No
it.
one
There's
look.
no one. Yeah.
Oh, I will know this based on your answer.
Right.
Ability to do home repairs. All right, so ability to do home repairs.
She has a husband
I'm,
that's in this room.
yeah.
I mean, home repairs. Are things ever actually broken in our home? I mean, Kevin takes care of most of them.
This is ability for
But
you.
you know, I might not really.
But these are a lot of adjectives.
I know.
She hasn't committed to anything.
Know
yet.
the difference between like a Phillips head and the
Okay.
other type of screwdriver, but but you know, I do know what a hammer is. I can use a hammer and a nail. I'm not going to use a hammer on screws. You know, I'm not
Do
that
you know
bad.
where the batteries are in your house?
The batteries are in the drawer by the kitchen.
Okay.
I think it's the
Is
one left.
installing batteries really a home repair though?
It is if it's a smoke detector.
Yeah. Any other questions?
How often do you go outside to check on the outside of your home for any repair?
Our home has an outside.
The answer would be.
Okay.
Have you ever watched an episode of Tim the Toolman Taylor?
Home improvement.
I know what that show is, but I've probably only seen clips of that one. Yes.
What are you defining?
What
a
is
home repair?
everybody saying at home?
What are you defining a home repair, Melissa?
What am I defining a home repair? Something that actually requires tools.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh.
So not replacing batteries then.
Probably not replacing batteries, but probably not replacing light bulbs. I mean, I don't think that's home repair.
Yeah. Okay.
Have you ever changed an air filter in your house?
Can I reach the air filters without putting my life at risk on a ladder?
Corla's being very kind. She said she thinks you have a great ability to delegate.
That's brilliant.
She will. I think she was for a while saying, I think that the smoke detectors batteries do need to be changed, and I eventually did change them.
See, I remember that conversation. That's what I was asking.
Okay.
All right,
Are we
everybody,
ready?
go
One
ahead
more
and
question,
circle.
Melissa. What battery goes in a smoke detector?
Well, that is a great.
Ooh, that is a great-
Is it one of the little round batteries?
Oh.
Okay. Maybe it's over
Oh.
All right, I'm ready.
Ready?
Hi.
I'm gonna show yours, Melissa, and then we'll flip ours, I guess.
Oh, which way are we supposed to?
Just show
here.
the
Wait a
camera.
minute.
Just
Oh,
have to
I
hold
think
it
I
up
did
like
mine the
took
wrong
off the
way.
load.
Yeah, the main camera.
Yeah.
All right. I think I
No, the
think
main
I'm still
camera, main
confused.
camera.
Oh, main camera.
Do I say
So-
what
Oh,
she
what
is
is it, what is it?
actually?
Was it slightly
It's
worse?
-1.
It was minus
I
one.
thought it was -2, and I did it all.
So this
Minus
is
one.
her saying she was trying to say she was a little better than she was, or she's a little
little
worse.
worse.
She was downplaying it slightly.
I
She knows
was-
that a 9-volt battery goes in a smoke detector, right?
Well, it's like, what's the difference between a -1, a
right, I
-2,
agree, I
a -3? So I
It's objective.
to me, the minus was a little difficult to wrap my
Right.
mind around.
Okay, yeah.
How
my guess
to
was
make
actually-
They
myself
probably need, like,
sound a
one
little
keyboard so
worse
they can be more
than I
precise.
am,
Yeah.
but not super worse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
I
is
really
a-
thought it was -2. I bit all my slices.
Sorry.
I don't
No.
have them anymore.
Sorry, I downplayed it a
I
little
was
too
like,
much.
if she says, I'm gonna set her up and say, turn the toolman Taylor. No, if she says home improvement, I'll know like she's not totally lying. She's heard of this show.
Yeah.
I love
All right.
it.
Wow.
Oh, man.
One more.
I'm like, Kelly
Sure.
does all the home
wants
repairs.
to
I
do
could
the
do
next
them,
one?
but
Last one.
Hannah or Will or somebody.
Do you want to do it, Will?
so
Sure.
do I get any
Okay.
points as
And then
the
I'm gonna give
person?
you
Yeah,
your
well,
token.
if some people guessed it,
That's
you
your-
get 2 points.
2 points.
You gotta
Because
pick
not
one, and
everybody
then this
gets
is
it.
your token.
You get
Okay.
2.
Do I get any
So
points
plan
for
this one.
not being
Okay.
Do you
totally
want to
off?
first
Do you
before
get
I do
any points if you
If
get?
you're off by more than 1, you don't get
Oh,
any
this
points.
is already
Okay.
hard.
Would I've gotten 1 point for yours? Then I was off by 1.
Yes.
Got 1
No,
point.
but it's alright.
I have 1 point.
My question is skills at keeping a conversation going. And I would say that there are.
Did you draw a
I
slice?
did.
Yes.
I
Okay.
got a thing. Am I supposed to circle it so you can't see it?
Yep.
Don't look at where my pen is writing.
I was looking. Just
I would say that there are a lot of people who are better at it than I am. I would say, especially with the people that I hang out with, that I have some like professional speaking friends who are great at carrying a conversation, and I oftentimes don't actually know what to say in my head. Stuff comes out.
Oh, that's true. That's definitely true so far.
I'm following you so far, Will.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Was that your answer? Or do you have more questions?
So far, yeah. If you have questions, feel free to put them out at me.
Is this a part of the act?
It's hard to know.
Just not knowing like what to say?
So is
Now I'm
keeping
not
a
sure.
conversation going, does it matter if it actually makes sense or just that you keep talking?
You have to be the judge of that, I guess.
Okay.
How much
It's,
small
it's a
talk are
much
you
greater
doing?
internal struggle that I let on.
How much small talk are you doing in a room where you don't know other people?
I try to avoid it, but I can't. People just come to me.
Are you okay with silence?
Yes.
Wow. Change my answer. That was a great question. Great question.
We're all super quiet. And who's the first one that talks?
Okay.
I'm ready. I don't need any more information.
Wait a minute.
Do you have any more? Do you need more information?
I don't think I understand the scale thing.
So if you think,
I think
Will
that he
is
drew.
if you think he's saying he's worse than he actually is, then it's on the left side. If you think he's talking himself up more
Yeah.
than is truthful,
Okay.
then you go to the
to the
right
right
side.
Okay, I think so I'm trying to circle the one I think he drew then.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, that's gonna help me out. Sorry.
Hold on. How many bolts can we circle? All of them?
You can.
Oh, I'm going all in. This
Go
is it.
home.
This is it. I'm going in too.
All right.
Two.
And
And the answer is -3.
Negative 2.
I did negative 2.
I did -3.
I did
I thought you
-2.
were
And
downplaying it
gold.
a little bit.
No, that was him playing it all the way. So that means
I didn't
You
I should
say,
have gone like
sometimes
all in,
I don't know
guess.
what to say, and I just say words, and something comes out. I was like, that's,
the trickiest
that
part.
was truthful. That was completely truthful.
Words
There
just
was-
come out.
There was a lot
all
of truth.
I was like, I have to veer some, but I guess I should
It was-
all the way.
I got
Like,
8
totally obvious.
I got 8 points. Got it
It
correct.
showed me what
8
to
points.
Oh, good job,
So-
Hannah. With her bold
With my
slices.
bolds, that was definitely
Will is
8
very
points.
good at talking to people.
Yes.
Has never met
It's a
them.
little weird. I should have
has
just
nothing
gone
in common.
like hard out of the gate, I guess. But I was like, I don't know. I felt like an obligation to like
Try to
ease into the truth. I
Yeah.
don't know. It's a weird mental process. Like I should have just said like I hate it. I'm terrible at talking in front of people.
Yes.
Then we
The
would've-
silence got me.
But
muted.
then,
Yeah.
but you
Yeah,
don't
good
want
question. Thank you for setting me up.
everyone
Yeah,
to
but
Oh,
get
that's
it.
true. Yeah.
So, no, you did good.
Did anybody get all negative?
Yeah,
All
I did. I got
right.
8 points, and I bold sliced that.
Nice.
So
Wow.
you just got me 5 points. Thank you.
Perfect. Way to go. I'm gonna slide this way as you guys say hello, so I can set up the next segment.
Okay, so
Oh.
this is important because
Oh, great.
this is important because this is a debut of a new singer
Oh, goody.
in the Tantrum House ranks. It's
Well,
Oh, but should we remind people about our
Yep.
sorry.
Tantrum Con and the Kickstarter that
please.
we are running
Yes.
right now?
Yeah.
Both things are available for you
We're
to look
almost
at.
halfway to our funding goal, so we can do it at probably like 40% since
Yeah.
we're at around 4,000. Let me check. I'll look right now. 40. 205. So yeah, 42%. Because that's how that math works.
Oh wow, good job, Kevin.
For 10,000, it's pretty easy.
yeah.
I guess that's
If you
true.
want to play games like this with us at Tantrum Con, be sure to get your badges now.
Yeah,
We'd love to see you there.
this would be a fun one to play with people.
Yes.
All right, so there's going to be a quick outro, and then wait for that.
Stick around.
Just
for
stick
that
around.
music
Miss it.
video.
Oh
It's
no.
good.
And there's some people in the audience right now that should definitely stick around. You might have a honorable mention.
Oh, shout outs in
There's
there.
some shout outs.
There
Alright.
might be.
Thank you so much for joining us today.
Bye.
Bye.
I'm Hannah on a noble quest. Sidekick Larry has passed the test. Journeyman Dan has paved the way. It's nickname time, come on, let's play. Melissa, use your magic word, what wand? Nishant is ready for the brainstorm. Guru has thoughts so grand. We'll find the perfect name, I'm sure we can. Hannah hopscotch doesn't sound right. Hannah banana, let's improvise. The castle queen, oh so serene. Hannah Katana is on the scene. Hannah happy, Hannah sly. Checkmate move you can't deny. Domino effect taking hold. I knew they gotta be bold. I need a moniker to call my own. Something unique that feels like home. Tantrum House, I need inspiration. My nickname needs to spark sensation. Hannah hopscotch doesn't sound right. Hannah banana, let's improvise. The castle queen, oh so serene. Hannah Katana is on the scene. If I ever find the perfect name, this pursuit might drive me insane. But with a nickname that brings fame, my world will never be the same. Help me find the perfect name. Help me find the perfect name.